It's about giving that respect. The fact that...
Hold on, wait a minute. I gotta wait. No, you're not. No, I'm gonna stop you because you're going on and on.
And
this sister here is the one that invited this sister. So if I did not respect this sister, she wouldn't be sitting here. And you're gonna put some respect on that. We're not gonna sit up here. No, you can get frustrated and look down and all of that. Relax. Well, we gotta make sure we're very clear. This platform was designed to bring this sister here. So if there was no respect for this sister, she wouldn't be here. So let's make sure we're using the right context, brother. I don't mind you making the point about one sister going. This is the only sister on this stage that want to go. So let's also make that clear, because I don't work in no White House. So I want to be clear about that. Everybody ain't trying to get a job in the White House. You can continue, but let's not act like she's not respected, because she is. We just have a difference of opinion.
When people are yelling about who's a big dog,
I am a big dog.
And what I'm saying is,
I'm a big dog.
Out of this whole stage, only one person was standing on the stage with a presidential candidate.
Only one person on this stage flipped Michigan. And only one person on this stage organized over 2,000 people every year. Only one person was the racial justice director for Bernie Sanders. Only one, because remember, you don't want to do resumes, because the sister already said she don't have no resume. So you might want to back that. Yeah, you did. You said you don't have like a resume. Ain't but one sister the senior public policy advisor for Ben Crump. Let's go on to the next. Ain't but one sister signed the front of the check for 1,000 people. Oh, baby, I know you don't want to start doing the only sister. I know you don't want to start doing the only sister receipts, because they but one sister served in the United States Air Force. Let's go on to the next person, because I don't like the passive aggressive diss, because I run these receipts down. So let's go on, because ain't but one sister served this country on this here panel.
4 years from now, black people have to decide what they're going to get at the end of the year. At the end of the,
a whole veteran,
and we're dealing with the disrespect right here. 4 years. What are black people going to get at the...
Because you heard us say she don't have the resume that I got. So go on to the next sister. I'm not going to handle your passive-aggressive dissing. Baby, I'll run these receipts down on you. I'll run these receipts down on you. You talking to a whole veteran. So, baby, ain't nobody impressed about working in no White House. I done turned it down. Ain't but one sister on here that on Fox News. Ain't but one that do 100 hits on Fox News. They don't call this sister. They call me. How many you do a year? How many do you do a year?
I've literally done 30 in the
Baby, I do 100 every year.
And I said what I did in the last 2 months.
I do 100 per year.
And I just came on the scene.
I'm a big dog.
By the end of the year,
I love my
maybe I'll be
sister.
there.
I love my sister, but you're not going to divide us.
But you can't deny both of
The real thing is going to be, we need to really talk about black people in 4 years. What are we going to get in 4 years? Let's not talk about the criminal. Let's not talk about the charges. 4 years. What are we going to? What is Harris promising black people in 4 years?
That was a valid question. That was a valid question.
Let's get the next person up.
I understand what you're saying.
Don't ever do that with me, though. Don't ever do that with me. You'll get your friend embarrassed. Play with your little friends.
I would never be.
I also want to mention it was cringe. It's absolutely cringe. It was disgusting to watch. Like there's so many emotions. I was annoyed, and to see that happen, it looks like it could be a couple things. One, maybe she just has a serious lack of self-awareness, where she just doesn't understand what she looks like. Maybe she just thinks that this is the way to go, and she maybe doesn't review any of her footage to see what that looks like, because it's disturbing. And I don't see a person with a sound mind actually looking over that footage and then repeat it. That doesn't make any sense. And if this is her normal behavior, I would imagine she's going to have great difficulty trying to get guests on, because it's just nasty. Why would you go to a place where you're just going to be silenced? And I don't think she selected anybody who was soft, because any single person who disagreed with her, including the men, she went hard on. Like, she just shut them up. No, we're not going to do that. I'm a big dog. I'm a big dog. And that's another thing. It seems like she has some serious insecurities, because big dogs don't mention they big dogs. When you walk into a room, you speak for yourself. When you're speaking, people know who you are. You don't have to talk about it. You don't have to pat yourself on the back. You don't have to grandstand and try to silence people. If you really know what you're saying, then you'll afford them the opportunity to speak their piece, and you'll shut it down. But she obviously didn't have confidence in her argument, so she uses these tactics to mute people because she can't actually articulate her point in a way that it would make sense to the general public. So if you have better points than her, then she'll just silence you to make it look like she's winning. We see candidates who debate do that all the time. That's a strategy that some people use when they know that they can't win on a topic. That's how they behave. So I think she's going to have to do some serious soul searching because she's going to turn off a lot of people. I wouldn't go there, not because even if she had an enormous platform, I wouldn't want to go there because I know that she's just going to try to make you look like a fool. You can't say anything, and she's just going to silence you. So what would you be going there for? If I have a point that I don't agree with her, she's just going to shut you down. That's not how conversations are made. Yeah, she's pissing everybody off. Look at that. It's disgusting. Sure. Everybody. Yeah.
Is this a common behavior from this particular host?
I never watched her before, to be honest. Yeah, I hope not. I hope not. I think it's a big platform. I just might be out of the loop. I don't think that she's a small platform. But, I mean, I know it's on Revolt, so it might be on TV for real, and not just the internet. But I've never seen her.
You said she was on Fox News, right?
I never saw her on Fox News before.
She's a big voter lady.
And then it's like that want to go. So let's also make that clear, because I don't work in no White House. So I want to be clear about that. Everybody ain't trying to get a job in the White House. You can continue, but let's not act like she's not respected, because she is. We just have a difference of opinion.
When people are yelling about who's a big dog,
I am a big dog.
And what I'm saying is,
I'm a big dog.
Out of this whole stage, only one person was standing on the stage with a presidential
and
candidate.
Only one person on this stage flipped Michigan. And only one person on this stage organized over 2,000 people every year. Only one person was the racial justice director for Bernie Sanders. Only one, because remember, you don't want to do resumes, because the sister already said she don't have no resume. So you might want to back that. Yeah, you did. You said you don't have like resume. Ain't but one sister the senior public policy advisor for Ben Crump. Let's go on to the next. Ain't but one sister signed the front of the check for 1,000 people. Oh, baby, I know you don't want to start doing the only sister. I know you don't want to start doing the only sister receipts, because ain't but one sister served the United States Air Force. Let's go on to the next person.
This is what this is.
He
so
all our production.
So what I'm starting to understand is this is her brand. I think I get it now. I think her type of approach to content and speaking is in this style and in this manner. And I've seen that around in different spaces. I think Anton Daniels has a similar type of speaking style, to where if you disagree with him, he's going to challenge you. If you interrupt him or you challenge him any further, he's going to try to make you famous. So in his words. So if that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she speaks like this. This is how she does. This is her brand of where she speaks from. So if that's the case, then now I kind of understand why she is overbearing, because I've seen creators and other hosts and stuff like that do that. I mean, even though it's wrong, don't get me wrong, it's wrong. But now I understand why she's doing that. You get what I'm saying?
Man, I just couldn't imagine they would allow her to have another panel. Like, it's crazy to think that, like, that's how she's operating. She wouldn't let anybody finish a sentence at one. Like, anybody. On the show, Young Jock, when he came on the panel, he literally was speaking to the fact of, look, I got a large platform. If anybody should be able to speak, it should be me, right? She didn't want to hear that. So he kind of just backed off of it and just stopped talking altogether. And I mean, it's the way she did this brother right here that we look.
So hold on, wait, Law. Did you say that it's crazy to think that's her brand of how she speak?
You on mute, Law.
You a film producer?
Y'all know women like this in real life?
Yeah, you still mute, Law.
His audio just not plugged in.
Oh, is it on? Oh, I thought he had to tap it.
I thought he said he had a degree in production and audio.
Does he makes some dope ass events and films, podcasts going crazy, all effects.
He said he had a star in Hollywood Concrete for a film in Hollywood. How can't he get his mic right?
Bruiser, stop that shit.
Sometimes the excellence don't come. Sometimes you need special equipment to speak with all the excellence that's pouring through my Chicago brother.
He got that T-move degree.
What you just talking about disrespect? And here you go.
Okay, that's different. I'm actually clearly joning on him, not being disrespectful.
Y'all know we be roasting each other, man.
Don't worry, your time coming, Roof. My time came. They got me. Sweeney didn't got me. Marcus be throwing shots at me. I can't even find a way to get Marcus.
I was about to say, Roof, with the missing
I was watching the replay clip, and I was like, how the hell I ain't catch that shit? Because me and my wife was laughing at the shit in bed. And she gonna keep rewinding it, trying to be an asshole.
I don't know. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
He figured it out.
I could still. I mean, it nothing looked different on my end. You know what I'm saying? It was unmuted, so I didn't know it wasn't working. But I could still hear the audio. Darwin going in. That's cool. I'm at the greens and shit. It's all good.
So my question to you was, are you saying it's crazy to think that her brand doesn't allow her or don't motivate her or push her to speak that as a form of her own authenticity? Like that's actually who she is.
No. I was just saying it's crazy that she has a show. That's what I was saying. Like she didn't let anybody on the panel talk. She didn't let anybody talk. And those are two different segments. You know what I'm saying? And she just yeah.
So let me ask you this. Do you think we'd be here you think we would be here talking about this clip if she didn't?
Do you see this picture?
This
Sweetie got up.
Yeah, I see it. I don't know who that is.
He said
I don't know who that. I thought he usually used Dave Chappelle. Hate. But yeah, Law. Do you think we'd be talking about this clip if she was never overbearing like that? We would never even find her in the algorithm. So I think sometimes it's intentional for people to act out of order like that, or just act different or polarizing, just to get more views and get more, get discovered more. So it could have been a marketing angle.
I guess, but I know a lot of times you need some people to agree with you. I have a hard time believing anybody was agreeing with her. She was so disagreeable. All she wanted to do was yell about. Look, I always say when you got to start running down your resume to somebody, you lost. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you got to tell everybody what I did and who I am and this and this.
Is she somebody's wife?
I doubt it.
I hope not.
I doubt
but Darwin,
every
Darwin, most of us understand that that's a tactic people use. The problem is almost everybody else at least listens to the point. They might be rude. They might be crass. They might be just disgusting, but you still hear the other perspective first. She's shutting all the perspective down. So it's just, she might as well just be on live by herself. Damn near. Like really, that's the difference. Like you at least hear the perspectives, no matter how they react to them or whatever. But we can't, they can't even get a full thought out. So far, she cut at least it was like 4 people that just couldn't finish a thought. And that's the difference. That's why it makes it so cringe and barely watchable. Like once you see them crash out like once or twice, and like on that show, it'll get boring because you never hear the other person's perspective. If she was sitting there smoking people out, I could tolerate that because at least there's a dialogue, not a monologue. That's what this is becoming, a monologue. And that's what's annoying because at least if they finished, it would be okay. We could digest that.
And then I think the biggest difference was that she was the host and the moderator of that panel, which kind of like, so for instance, if me and you going back and forth, if me and you going back and forth, Bruiser, and I start over talking you, JR can step in to curve that. But when you the moderator of the show and you the host of the show, and you're doing that to everybody on the show, like Trev said, you might as well just do your own show and monologue because you're literally dominating the conversation from the guests that you even invited on the show. So I think that's where it kind of becomes problematic for us. It's problematic regardless, whether we're doing it, whether you got two people on the panel doing it to one another, but it's even worse when you're the host of the show and you're doing it to everybody where you will ask somebody a question, and then the moment they go to start to answer the question, you start pushing your agenda all over again and shouting them down.
Should we be surprised if other races on the outside looking at this like, damn, is that how black people act? Should we be surprised if people interpret it as, okay, so this is typical black content? I'm just asking for a friend.
I think there's a number of like that ain't the only black content out there. So if somebody looks at just that show and be like, "Oh, this is how black people are," then you don't know black people anyway.
Well, I didn't mean to like generalize. I mean like okay, if they just look at this piece of content, I'm like, okay, they get a pass. I mean, because we're talking about black. They don't act like that, but when they do decide to act like that, we know that any given day, this type of behavior is going to come.